what, y'all? Once I get it, Holy Spirit dropping in my spirit, I'm gonna drop it off on y'all. It was actually a few days ago, and he constantly wake me up at 4 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It's usually the time my son be tossing and turning. He ready to get his diaper changed, get his bottle filled back up, a fresh bottle actually. And the Lord don't never ever wake you up for no reason. He gave me a gift, and I received it in the mighty name of Jesus. He gave me a message. It was called Extremely Blessed, and I am so thankful I got up to get that, to receive that. Like I say, it's always a chance to be enlightened on some things that you don't even know that's possible. And I said, man, I got up, like I said, man, it's been a norm for me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting to be woken up at 4 in the morning to get something, you know. Not saying that I'm looking for something, you know. Of course, I want to receive. We all want to receive, but it's just it's a feel good when you get it. You know, you're like, man, this is heavy. And I was like, man, you know what? I got up. Holy Spirit, He brought me the Spirit. Holy Spirit brought me some things, and I got up and I just started jotting them down, you know. And I'm like, man, that's dope to me, you know. He don't ever let you be extremely blessed, man. And I thought about it. I said, man, you know, we don't lack anything. We don't lack anything. I am so thankful for all of it. He definitely is taking care of us. I'm gonna leave it at that right there. It's nothing that we're lacking. I'm grateful, you know. But yeah, he brought me something, and I read it. I'm gonna give it to y'all. You know, it's how I stay abreast. You know, you got to stay abreast by reading. If you don't read, then you know what I'm saying. You know, like I said last time, I told you, no deposit, no return. If you don't read, you don't have anything to draw from, then what you have, you know. Like I said, I go to the Word. You know what I'm saying? He always gives to me. Check this out right here. Extremely blessed. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever it turneth, it prospereth. Proverbs 17:8. It read, it says, if I could give you a gift this Christmas, the word is what I'd give you. I'd rather give it to you than a check for $1 million, because you can run through $1 million real quick. But the truth of God's word never quits, and will get you out of situations $1 million can't get you out of. Ken and I are just ordinary people, but when we latch on to God's word, we latch on to something out of the ordinary, something that changed our lives, every area of our lives. Nothing that's happened to us has happened because of us. It's happened because of God's word. In fact, I don't even have to know you to promise you this. If you will give God's word your full attention and not be afraid of his will for your life, you're going to be happier and more prosperous than anything you could ever dream of. Of course, if you do that, people may call you extreme. I was extreme when I was an adult, when I was ripping and running around here, letting it hang out, so to speak. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, crazy, wild with it. They say that about us all the time, but we don't mind. We are extreme. And if you'll set your faith on the word of God, you can be extreme too. Extremely well, extremely prosperous, and extremely blessed. Man, that's deep to me. Extremely blessed. They say, I would rather give you I would rather give you the word than give you a meal. $1 million, that is. Because the word can get you out of situations $1 million couldn't get you out of. You know, it's kind of hard to think about from a perspective standpoint, like a worldly perspective, from people that's lacking a lot of things. You know, I'm talking to me like, man, I could take $1 million and do this with it, do that, and run it up this way or run it up that way or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? I can worry about that later. But the whole thing is you know, like they say, you know, what they say, the word is like living water. You know what I'm saying? It constantly is running. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can run out of $1 million. You know what I'm saying? The word is constant. You know what I'm saying? It can get you to points, point A to point B to point C to point. You know, keep you moving, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Give you fresh ideas. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to you. You know what I'm saying? Which way to go. You know what I'm talking about? Which road to take. You know what I'm saying? Not to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing forward. You know what I'm talking about? After the $1 million, I'm tapped out. You know what I'm talking about? But they say the word is the living word. You know what I'm saying? It's the bread of life. You know? And I said to myself, I said, man, I would rather, you know, I know it sounds crazy, you know what I'm saying, but I'm rocking with the word, you know what I'm saying? Man, with the word, you know what I'm saying, I can come across a fortune. It says, you say it's extremely well, extremely prosperous. What does that mean? Extremely wealthy, you know what I'm talking about? Wealth go further than riches, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference between wealth and riches. But, you know, like I said, man, I'm just glad that I latched on. I'm thankful for, you know, I was talking to my sis today. She was telling me something about, you know what I'm saying, being in position, setting yourself up to be in position, you know what I'm talking about, to receive, you know. She said something real powerful. She said, it ain't about the money. She said, put yourself in a position, the money will come. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, you know what I'm talking about? Just think about it, you know. When I was out there ripping and running, you know what I'm talking about? All I had to do was be in position, you know what I'm saying? The bread came, you know what I'm saying? I had to chase the money. The money it'll come to you, you know what I'm saying? Same thing over here, though. But this is guaranteed, though, you know what I'm talking about? And I ain't got to be looking over my shoulder, you know? I'm in position now to receive. Oh, I'm all in. Father, I'm all in. Extremely blessed. I am so thankful. Man, I get something all the time. I say, man, that's deep. It's something else I want. Man, she dropped some knowledge on me, you know. Be in position. In order to receive. I just can't tell you how blessed we are. Extremely blessed. Just think about it. On a daily basis. Things that you are thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Blessed for your beautiful children, your health, your wealth, you know what I'm saying? Your beautiful spouse, you know what I'm saying? Your job. The things that you've been blessed with, you know what I'm saying? Your home. You know, you lack nothing, you know what I'm saying? Food, clothing. All the above, you know. There's a lot of people. I had run into somebody at the gas station the other day, and they were just moping around like, yeah, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Why you worried? What you stressing about? Oh, I'm just tired of this and that. I said, but you know, I got some homies that ain't never coming home. They love to have your position. Put things in a new light for them. They're like, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I'm right. You know what I'm talking about? They'll die to have your slot, to have a job, to be able to provide, to be with their families. You got to think about that sometimes. But you know, like I said, people, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you got to put it in a different perspective for them, to open up the eyes before they even see the light, you know. They be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now you figured it out. You know what I'm talking about? This man, extremely blessed. I'm thankful. I'm extremely blessed. I receive that in the mighty name of Jesus. I'm going to call y'all extremely blessed. That's the way you look at things. Receive in the mighty name of Jesus. That's happy. I'm thankful though. That's happy to bring it to y'all. Keep God first. Blessings to y'all. God bless.